Peace, family. Welcome to another episode of Broken Theory. Today we got the homie Voice. What's good?
What's up, guys? What's
Hey,
up?
hey, I appreciate you making some time out your busy schedule. You know what I mean, to sit and talk with us. Let us know how you first got started with music, man. So what was it like, man? How'd you first get started?
So I first had. Oh, let me try again. I first got started with music at age 3, and I've been in choirs from age 3 all the way to college. And in between those times, I get introduced to beat making at age 17.
Okay.
19 is when I started to take it a little bit more seriously. But then at the age of 21, I took it even more seriously because after my after everything fell apart with like my car blowing up, losing my money, I'm going to college, committing suicide, becoming homeless, losing my kids through a miscarriage, right? It just like everything fell apart, and then just something just
feel it.
snapped inside of me. And
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I need to really make this work because
Yeah.
like I'm disgusted that I allowed myself to listen to other people this long, and that it
Yeah.
took me this long to like get to this point. Better late than never. But just like I took, so here's what happened. I took like $2,000 that came out of nowhere, 4 bags, and traveled 2,000 miles from Colorado to Atlanta. And then I was homeless for about 3 years in homeless programs, rehabs, the streets, crisis centers as well, just anywhere to get out the cold. And then eventually now I'm in like this day programming transitional housing program where I have my own apartment and stuff.
That's
So that's
right.
pretty good. So I went from being homeless to having a home, but like the journey along the way has been very dark for me. Like there's been times where I just wanted to freaking off myself, and I have.
Yeah. No.
And then like there's other times where I was like just hopeless. But I realized
So-
no one is gonna save you.
Yeah, nobody is, man, and you know, it's something that can be a little how you can say depressing, but once you come to terms with the reality of the situation, man, and you're able to just like be like, all right, nobody's coming to save me. I'm all I got. I gotta work for it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure I grind it out. What were some of the ways that you kind of help keep the doubt out when you were going through moments of struggle and doubt?
So when I was going through those moments of doubt and struggle, I'm going through that right now because I had a breakup or whatever. I'm not gonna get too much into that, but when those doubts and struggles come in, I just have to be like, you know what? I'm not gonna let them win. No, I refuse to lose. I don't lose. I learn. That's what I tell myself, that I don't lose. I learn or I win, because every time you get 2 L's, you put that together and you get a W. So that's how I see it.
Facts. That's crazy. Yeah, man. I mean, to be honest, man, a lot of the world is scared to fail. You know what I'm saying? And when you fail, it's like you learn a lot, just like you said, man. And, from those lessons, God usually, prepares you for that blessing. You know what I'm saying? Like little by little, man, I spoke about it too. If I would have got a lot of the blessings that I would have wanted when I wanted it instead of on God's time, man, I wouldn't have been able to handle it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you just want what you want when you want it. And it's like, you don't even know the half of what, it comes with being in a relationship, comes with having a whole bunch of money, comes with having staff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, be careful what you wish for, man, because once you get it, you can't go back, right?
Right.
So let's talk about the music journey, man. So you started when you were 3. At what point did you make your first song?
I would say my first official song would be 21. So like my first official song, like no groups, nobody else. And bear in mind, I was performing in groups and a choir like periodically throughout my life.
Gotcha.
So like now going from that to being solo at age 21 I started. So I started really late in the game, but it's like, better late than never. And so after that, I made my first song called Queen Ruin All My Dreams. And so, I put it out before, but I was like, I don't know how people feel about this. But now I'm just gonna re-release it again in October, and this time I'm going to keep it. So because I'm just like, why not? I might as well.
Yeah.
And there's songs after that as well.
Word. So I noticed that you don't have your music right now on Spotify and like iTunes and stuff. Is there any particular reason?
So I have it scheduled starting in October, and then I'm just gonna start dropping music after that. I gotta like set that stuff up. Right now I'm focused on the business side.
Okay.
Just get my LLC together, getting my EIN. Yeah. But like, it's coming. Like the music is coming. Like.
Well, no, I would just ask that because I know a lot of artists are like boycotting Spotify and the whole streaming thing. So I just didn't know if that was the route that you were taking, or it's something that you're moving towards.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, as far as my music, it's not out yet, but starting October, I was like, let me just start releasing songs consistently, so that way it gives me more time to like making them while releasing.
When you do that, you're also able to show like different sides of you to your fan base. You know what I'm saying? So where it's like, of course, every fan is gonna have their certain style that they like from you, but you're able to show your versatility. You know what I mean? From what I listen to, I can tell you're very versatile. You listen to all different types of music, so it's like, you could do anything. You know what I mean? So it's real dope to have that. You know what I mean? As far as no doubt, bro, no doubt. As far as like somebody never listening to your music before, what do you hope that you can portray, and how would you want them to describe it?
I would say I want them to have an experience. I want them to feel something, some type of emotion that will bring it back to either a good place, hopefully, or if it is a dark place, that they will reflect on it and then learn from it and then leave with something better. Like I want them to be a different person when they come out of the music. If someone was to listen to it for the first time and be like, okay, so what is your music? It's an experience for the soul, because I'm the voice. I'm the voice for the voice. So whether it comes to romance, whether it comes to romance, heartbreak, love in general, like the good times, the bad times, it doesn't matter. Like what matters is just that I want them to really just go out there, listen to the music, and then just really be like, well, if he can do it, what's stopping me from not doing it? If he's been through all this stuff, like, ruin all my dreams, I said drinking Hennessy, smoking on the green, like, messing with my mentality, or like that song you were listening to, like me, you, justice to what we do, stuff like that. I just want, long story short, I just want them to really leave with something. Like I want them to experience just like an emotion. And I want them to experience like a feeling, whether it's nostalgia or something brand new.
Nah, I got you. So like, what are some of the ways that you try to implement that into your music when creating it?
So I do it two different ways, right? The first way is I just write it all out. Like just like write it down. I don't think about it. I listen to the beat, write it all out, and then I go from there. Or I do it the other way, which is I do this thing, which is like a wheel of genres. And so I spin the wheel, and whenever it lands on, I listen to it for about 15 minutes. I pick 3 different genres, which is like, outside of my genre. And then I compare those to my genre. And then I'm like, okay, so what can I create from it? And then I just stop doing whatever I'm doing with it. And then when I'm thinking, it's just so random. Like it's so random. And then it comes to me, I'm like, okay, let me grab it and just write on it. Write it down before someone else takes it. Because I remember watching an interview with like, I don't know if it was Michael Jackson or Prince. One of them said that, if I don't write it down, that guy will. So...
No, for real. I mean, it's just about being tuned to the right frequency. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if you don't allow it to go through you, somebody else will be at that perfect frequency for it to come out. You know what I mean? And if God gave it to you and you're like, I don't want it, then he's like, all right, let me give it to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, I mean, with you writing music and doing all of that, man, how do you feel like that shaped your sound as an artist? I mean, because that's kind of like reverse engineering it if you think about it. Like it's an extremely like unique way of creating music. I mean, this is the first I've heard somebody doing something like that. So like, how did you come up with that, one? And two, how do you feel like that shapes your music?
Okay, so the first question is, how did I come up with that one?
Mm-hmm.
So before I got to artistry, right, officially, I was a beat maker. So I would deconstruct the beats and I would also reconstruct the beats. I was like, okay, so if I can do that with that, what happens if I do this with the songs? And then I went from there. And then the second question is, how does it shape my sound? Was that the question?
Yep.
How does that shape my sound? Because I can pull from like different sources, and then like I can use my own source, and I put the two sources together, one source. If you get my drift. So then like I have a plethora of like frequencies and different tones I can pull from and tweak it. It's just so fun. It's so fun because it's like when I'm creating songs, I'm like, okay, I want to do it. I want to do like the bass line. I want it to be like this way. Like when I'm looking for beats, I'm like, the bass line, I want it to sound like hard hitting bass lines with the I want it to be fast. I want the kick to be you know, and then I want like the melody to be like or you know, something like that. And then I'm and then I'm hearing it, I'm like writing it down, hearing it, writing it down, and I rewrite it using tools that I use. And then I'm like, okay, this is how I want to do it. And then I practice it, and then I'm like humming, I'm like, no, and then I write it down. And then I'm like, yeah, you know, like something like that.
Yeah, no, I feel it. I feel it, man. So you just have like a creative session overall in general, like you just pulling from different areas and just kind of like making your own after that. Like that's real dope, bro. What are some of the tools that you use?
So the tools I use, okay, I'm gonna be honest here. Okay, I use the dictionary. I use like the AI stuff. I don't use it to write it for me. I just use it as a tool to like be like, hey, what's some vocabulary words that rhymes with this? And then like I take the dictionary and then I'm like, okay, that's cool and all. And then I just take that word. I'm like, what does this mean? And I dissect the word. And then I'm like, okay, how can I use it in my song without cheating, right? And then I just, you know, write it down. And then besides that, I use a dictionary. I use Rhyme Zone. I use what else? I use my own experiences. I read books a lot. Like I've been reading a lot of love books, like romance books, like the five love languages. I've been reading a lot of manga, romance novels. I've been reading a lot of stories about romance. And just like what else? I've been reading about psychology too, about how the brain works. Like just a little bit, especially dark psychology.
That book, The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman, that's a good book, man. What books do you feel like have helped your life or shaped you as an artist?
I would say Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. What you think, you become. So like, you know, I gotta be careful with my thoughts, especially because I have like mental health illnesses and stuff like that. So I gotta really care about the monitor it. I would say The Strange Secret by Earl Nightingale. And then I would say, what was that book? It was by this guy that said everything you need to know about the music business. It was like by Dr. Passman. Yeah, that. Yeah. Yep. And so I would say those three books helped me. Yeah.
So for you, man, how important is faith to you?
Faith is very important to me. Like I wouldn't say I'm just spiritual. I would say I'm godly too. But at the same time, I just like I imply it, but I don't necessarily speak more on it because I'm just like I don't like people in my business. But if people ask, I'm like, yeah, I'm about God. You know, I feel like without him, I wouldn't be here.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, God works in mysterious ways, my brother, and you know, you can't ever question that for sure. If he kept you here for another day, you know, you blessed, man, for real. What's your process like when you're working on an album?
So I'm working on an album right now.
Okay. What's it called? Do you have a name for it yet?
It's called. Yeah, I do have a name for it. It's called. Let me get it. It's called. Let me see what it's called. It's called Black Testament.
Mm.
And so it's about there's gonna be about like 6 different parts to the saga. So the Black Testament, the first act is Black Dawn. So when I release the music next month, it's gonna be 3 of them, and so it's gonna be almost done. I'm working on 2 of them right now in the studio, and then another one for later. But
Okay.
like what it's pretty much about is it's about a journey through heartbreak, betrayal, early obsession, and emotional numbness. That's the first part. The second part will be about like how like I recover from that, and now I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm sick of this. I want to be toxic now. Whatever. Part 3 is like, okay, the after effects of that. Like, what are the consequences? Because every action has a consequence. The part 4
definitely.
is the awakening and realizing, hey, maybe this isn't a good idea. Part 5 is atonement, which is like the healing part. Part 6 is like stepping into a new version of me, and then part 7 is like an extra part, which is like reflection on everything, and then we'll go into like another saga. But pretty much, it's like everything that's gonna be happening in this is like some type of version that I've been through. Like from like being obsessed and being in love to being super toxic and not giving a care to like now I'm like reflecting and all that stuff. So like this thing is called Black Testament because it's like you can't have a testimony without the test.
Nah,
So
for real.
yeah, but like to answer your question, my process of working on this. So I have to write down what do I want exactly from this, and then I want to be like, what do I want my audience to get from this, and then I make a plan based on that. Like, what songs do I want? What do I want it to be about? Right? How am I gonna promote it? All that stuff.
No, that's dope, man. Because I mean, a lot of artists, man, they try to please the audience first, man. So it's really refreshing to hear somebody, kind of just think about like their art in the sense of like, hey, this is my art first. Like I have fun with it first. You know what I mean? I'm doing this for me, and everything else is a game. You know what I mean? So like, it's real dope to hear that. As far as the album goes, man, like, is there any roadblocks that you faced when creating that?
Yeah, there's like one big roadblock. That's just like the financial part. I'm not gonna let it stop
And what
me.
exactly? What exactly?
Just like not creating the songs because I have access to a free studio. Long story with that, but just like when I finally do create the songs, how am I gonna promote it and get it to people? That's like because I
Gotcha.
have the ideas and I'm like thinking, okay, so how can I do it for free until
Yeah.
I start to get the financial thing? And then I'm like, should I do this in Act 1 or should I wait till like the second one to start?
Have you started like coming up with ideas for that, or like you kind of
Yeah,
hit a roadblock?
a little bit of both. Like I come up with some ideas, but I also hit a roadblock.
Would you mind sharing? I mean, maybe I can help out a little bit.
Okay, so the first idea I was thinking was about making like content behind it. I take like famous stuff like that people like to watch, and then I take that sound out and I put my sound in. Right? Like, I see people do that. So like they like click on the
Yeah.
audio, like once it gets released, and then they click on the
Yeah.
audio. I'm still researching how that works, but they click on the audio, and then they click, you click your sound, right? And then you add like a little movie or whatever. It's like I don't know, like a Roblox or something, and then you post it.
Yeah.
And you do
Nah,
like,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean that definitely works. You know what I'm saying? So like, you definitely can use that. I mean, and also like hashtagging. But man, if you kind of like just figure out different ways to like put your stuff in front of people. I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. Social media is free. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the days, I'm not gonna show my age and stuff, but back in the days, man, they used to have billboards and stuff you had to pay for to get in front of people, right? So it's like, and even with that, you know what I mean? Like you paying for a billboard doesn't guarantee that you're gonna find people that actually like your music. It depends on the location. It depends on a lot of things. There's a lot of variables that determine if you're going to actually see traction and a ROI on your investment. You know what I'm saying? So it's like nowadays, man, the most thing that you can invest for real is time. So if you take the time to like try to get it in front of people and just be genuine with it, man, like what I recommend anybody that's listening, that's looking for a free way to get their music in front of people, is go to somebody that you think that you are similar, music to, not to put yourself in a box or anything, but just like, I think my music sounds like XYZ. Go to their Instagram page, find their fans. I would recommend trying to find fans that are actually engaging with the content versus like just like dropping like fires and stuff. Like most of them are all fake anyways, but as far as that goes, man, if you find people that's actually engaging with the content and you reach out to them genuinely and it's just like, hey, my name's Voice, I made this song because X, Y, and Z, would it be okay to send it to you? And that's guerrilla marketing 101, man, for real, just like, just reaching out to people and seeing if you can, get them to listen. But you asking them would be a whole lot better than just sending them a link and then that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, to my experience, that's how I got people to listen to my stuff for free, because I couldn't afford ads either. You know what I'm saying? So whereas like, bro, I'm just gonna work with what I got and just kind of grind it out. So with that method, man, people respected me, one, pitching it to them like they're some person in the music industry, and two, you know what I mean, like it gives them the space to say no. You know what I'm saying? Like some people don't want to listen to your shit, and you shouldn't want the people that don't want to listen to your stuff to listen to your stuff either. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just me, bro. That's my perspective. But if you ever need help with that, man, and figuring out new ways to get in front of people, man, I'd love to help.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna take your offer on that, because I'm
No doubt.
Thank you, because I was thinking about like as well, like just flooding just like flooding it, like with just like videos of like different stuff, whether it's like with like my song behind it.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I do consultations, bro. So if ever you want to, you know what I'm saying, link up, do a strategy call, you know what I'm saying, we could listen to the music, we could plan some ideas and just like go from there, man. Just execute.
Okay, thank you.
No doubt, bro. So back to the music, man. What's the average day like with you?
Okay, so my average day is never the same. Like, I'm thinking. Okay, so my average day, I wake up at 5 a.m. I go work out, do my thing. I go back, I make some food, I get ready, I go to my day programming. If like, I don't have no appointments or nothing. So like I go to my day programming. I do that from like 10:30 to about 1:30. Then after that, I either go to therapy, I go back home, or I do something outside. And then that lasts from because I don't have a job right now, so I'm just doing what I can until I get a job.
Yeah,
but like for now,
that's all you can do, bro.
Yeah, but for
grind
now,
it out.
Exactly, grind it out. Like, for now, I just like, I do therapy or some type of appointment. I go back home and I just like listen to books, or like I listen to music, or I just read, or I just like look out the window and just think. I really think a lot. And then after that, I eventually get back home. Then I start writing music. I start making beats. Then I do my schoolwork because I'm in college as well. Go to Full Sail University. So after I do that, thank you. And then after I do that, I review the videos. And then after I do that, I make dinner. Then what do I do after that? Then I look at my phone for a little bit. Then I relax for a little bit. I unwind. Then I go back to the music stuff. Then I watch like some movies. And then after that, I stretch. I do my little phone, like my little habit thing. I click the checks. And then after that, I pray. And then I go to bed and I do it. And then the next day, it's just like different depending on the day.
Nah, I feel it. That's dope, man. What's one place that you would want to go to that you haven't been to yet?
One place I want to go to is Paris, that or Amsterdam. I want to go to the Anne Frank House in Amsterdam, or I want to go to Paris and the Eiffel Tower.
That's fire.
Yeah.
What sacrifices do you feel like you've made to get where you are right now?
I sacrifice time with friends, family, money, effort. I sacrifice a lot to get here. And I'm going to keep sacrificing until I get to the top. And even then, I'm still going to keep sacrificing. So, you have
to.
You have to. Because I listened to a video today that says sacrifice everything. Because it's funny you mentioned that. Because I was watching a video that says sacrifice everything. It says if you want to get to the top, you gotta sacrifice everything.
Uh-huh.
Everything. I don't talk to nobody unless it's like for networking. But like, or like people that like I need to learn from. Besides that, I don't really talk to nobody because it's just like, if I'm not networking, like even like, okay, so I do talk to people, but if I'm not like getting something out of it, which is like learning something or upgrading, I'll talk to you, but I'm probably not gonna talk to you again. But like, I'm not trying to be a snob or nothing, but just like anyway, to answer your question, I sacrifice time, energy, effort. I sacrifice a lot, and I still have a long way to go. But like, I'm getting there.
I understand where you're at, man. Like what you saying, like you're not really gonna talk to people unless you have something to gain. It's like, from that perspective, man, like I could tell where you're at, and I've been there myself, man. You locked in, you know what I'm saying? To where it's like, yo, bro, if you're not having anything of value to say, contribute, like uplift me any way, shape, or form, then it's like I can't be around you right now. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you said, bro, you're trying to sacrifice and get where you are, and I mean, you will, man, because that type of mindset, it's like, that persistence, bro, you just always gonna level up in every season. You know what I'm saying? Like little by little, you're gonna look back and be like, damn, I remember when I first started, I had one listener or two listeners. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like you look back and you see how far you came, and it's like, bro, I gotta keep going. I'm not gonna let this all pile up and be for nothing.
Right.
Why I do that? Yeah.
Right. Like I don't want to do that to where like I'm like, oh no, like I got so close, and then I'm 3 feet from the gold, and then all of a sudden I turn around.
Yeah, I saw something the other day that was like, it was talking about the digging, right? We've all seen that where you're digging and the person is like right by the gold, right? But what happens when you start, stop, when you're walking away from it, that dirt comes right back on top. So all that work that you just piled up, you got to go through again to get to that gold that you don't even know it's not even promised. You didn't even see the gold. Otherwise you would have kept at it, So it's like, man, you just got to keep going, man. And especially like an artist like you, bro, that has fun with it. You just got to keep doing that, man. Have fun with it, experiment, and everything will come. Everything will fall in place, man. For real. How did you get your name? Oh, go ahead, bro.
I'm sorry, my bad.
No, I don't mean to cut your wisdom. Go ahead.
Everything will fall into place because I'm doing this like brick by brick, inch by inch. Because before I didn't have an LLC, before I didn't have a website, before I didn't have all that, I didn't even have I didn't even have a phone. Like I didn't have any of these jewelry, any of these clothes. Like people helped me along the way, but I also had to help myself too, to show people that, and just to show myself that I'm serious about this.
Yeah, no, I feel it, bro. I could see it because like a lot of people, one, don't have a website. A lot of people, too, don't even have an LLC. So you're ahead of a lot of people that I know that's been doing this for years, bro. That type of determination and that itself, bro, distinguishes you from the other people that aren't really serious about this in this game, Because you're setting yourself up for ownership. These other clowns is out here like hoping somebody will save them. Nobody's gonna save you, bro. You've been through the reality of understanding that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, trust me, I get where you're coming from, and that was a harsh reality for me. You know what I'm saying too? Because like I was homeless in 2017, and I turned the storage unit that I was staying in into a studio, and just kind of like started learning from there. That's when I started making beats, and then now I'm doing this for a living, bro. Just like. I'm amazed, bro, but it's God. It's all God, bro. Literally. I didn't know what I was doing when I was learning how to make beats, but I figured I'd stick with it. And the whole time, that's what I did. And same thing with you, bro. I see it. For you, man, how did you get your name?
Because I didn't have a voice. Growing up, I didn't have a voice. My mom did the best she could, and I love her for that. My dad, he did what he could too, but periodically I would get bullied. I would not have a voice, being homeless, all the dark times that I've been through. I'm not gonna really get too much into it, but I didn't have a voice. So I was thinking one day, it came to me. I was like writing down a pen and pad because I was like, man, what should my name be? Because I kept switching it from like Dre Diamond to Passion Diamond to Ace, all these other names. I'm like, man, none of these are just sticking, And then I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, what should I do it? And then it came to me, voice, 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 voice. And it got louder and louder and louder and louder. I'm like, okay, voice,
Hmm.
right? Then I went on Instagram and then I was like, I tried to spell like VOICE and then it was already taken. And I just kept going through until I got VOYCCE. But my point is, I didn't have a voice. Like no one
Hmm.
gave me a voice. I had to go out there and get a voice.
Hmm.
So now I'm named Voice, and of course, I'm still practicing that. I'm still practicing my media training.
Hmm.
I'm watching videos and that, my voice training. Because I know
Hmm.
my voice it could use some work, but like it's getting there. But like I just wanted to get a platform to where I was like, you know what? They won't give me my voice. They might try to shut me down, but no, I refuse. You're not going to shut me down. I have a voice. You have a voice. We all have voices.
Yeah.
So it's like, and also I wanted to be intentional too as well. I didn't want another person that was like, because like most people told me like, the singing stuff. They're
Hmm.
like, oh, you shouldn't do the singing stuff. You're like, you should do the rapping stuff. And I'm like, why?
Most of those people have never made a song in their life, bro. You
Right,
can't take advice from people that have never built. They don't know what
right,
it is to get an LLC. They don't know what it is to make a website. All
yeah,
of those stages, they would have quit. So, you have to look at who that advice is coming from. You know what I'm
yeah. And
saying?
that's
And
what I
then it's
started to
like,
realize.
yeah, yeah, for sure, bro. You mentioned that you're like training in media and watching videos and stuff like how to conduct yourself. What are some of the topics, I guess you could say, that you're learning about, and how have they shaped and molded you as an artist?
Okay, so like as far as media training or just like in general from YouTube University?
I mean, you could talk about the media training. I mean, somebody else might get some value from it.
Okay, so media training, right? So for example, when I was watching it, it pretty much what I kept getting from it was that you gotta present yourself as a brand, and then based on the brand, you gotta really stick to it. But it's not it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So
Yep.
like I'm still learning, of course, and I'm being humble, right? At the same time, I don't want to be like cocky. I mean, I can be confident, but not cocky, because let's be honest, no one wants to be around a dick. Let's just
Hmm.
be honest. Or my bad. No one wants to be around someone that is just like, ugh, like, do you want to be?
Unpleasant to be around. Yeah,
I
yeah,
know,
I got you.
So
But
it's
I mean, you could curse on here, bro. It doesn't
okay.
matter.
No one wants to be around a dick,
Yeah.
like because it's just like I don't know about you. I don't want that negativity around me. So like anyway, what I got from media training was just like be humble, be yourself, like look at the camera, right? Looking at the camera, like the way you look at the camera, the way you present yourself, the way you talk. Like I was talking fast because I get passionate and excited. I did that on purpose, right? And then I slowed it down to if I want to emphasize a certain point, like I'm doing right now,
Hmm.
just to like really conduct myself in a way that's presentable, pretty much like just be
Hmm.
presentable. That's what I got from media training. And then from the singing, like learning how to like open your mouth more, relax your
Hmm.
tongue. If you're like all those singers out there, yes, you have to
Hmm.
relax your tongue, because if not you get strained. Sing from the diaphragm, the belly, not from here, because it strains the voice. It really
Hmm.
does. Like if you're a singer, rapper, it doesn't matter. Even a music producer, you can do stretches, right? You can do stretches so like you can make your body loose, exercise, and then do it.
Hmm.
It's just like it's all a matter of just like how bad do you want it, pretty much
Hmm.
is. And
Yeah.
so I go on YouTube University just to learn new stuff.
That's the most important thing, bro. Literally, YouTube University saved my life. I ain't even gonna flex, bro. As far as that, man, like with me, you literally could invest like an hour a day, bro, and just little by little level up, level up. I mean, you're watching videos on all type of stuff, bro. So just imagine in 5 years what type of artist you're gonna be. You know what I mean? Which leads me to my next question. In 5 years, where do you see yourself as an artist?
Yes. Okay. I'm so glad you asked that. Okay. So in 5 years, I see myself doing tours. I see myself going from place to place. I see myself
Uh-huh.
finally like being stable, getting my own place, like just by
Hmm.
myself, getting my own car, being like mentally clear. I see myself like they say, manifest it and think big. So I see
Mm-hmm.
myself like finally quitting the 9 to 5 and get my 5 to 9. I finally see myself doing this full time and like just really growing as a music artist and even eventually venture off into music producing more and just really getting there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, really getting at it, like making my dreams come true. And not even just that, like helping my family out, getting my mom the house she deserves, right? Getting my sister more stuff, like getting myself more stuff. And then eventually having a little female friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Helping her out too. But like, just pretty much long story short, I see myself being successful. I'm already successful now. But I see myself being more successful.
That's amazing,
There's
bro.
levels to this.
Sky's the limit, bro. You
Right.
literally could do anything. It's all about how bad you want it, just like you said. What would you say is the best piece of advice that you received, and who was it from?
I would say get comfortable being uncomfortable. And I got this from a mentor of mine from Urban Youth League. I forgot what it's called, but like there's this place called the Urban Youth League, which is in Atlanta, Georgia. And they have this program called the Seed Program, which helps about mindset when it comes to working and just like careers and stuff. But he kept saying that to me, drilled into my head, get comfortable being uncomfortable, which means, you're gonna, if it feels uncomfortable, do it. Do it. Like today, I didn't want to work out today. I was sad, depressed. I'm going through a breakup, going through all this stuff, and I was like, just do it.
Yeah.
Go work out. And then I worked out, I felt better. So it's like, get comfortable being uncomfortable, because when you are uncomfortable, you get comfortable with that.
Nah, I feel it, man. For you, bro, who do you feel like is your biggest inspiration? You can name up to 3.
Okay. So old school, I would say Michael Jackson. And I would say Prince. And then new school, I would say Jacquees. He's the king of R&B. I'm going to say he's the king of R&B because he is. But at the same time, I just feel like, those are my big 3 inspirations.
Word. Nah,
Because
I feel that.
there's more, but like, those are the top 3.
Okay.
Because it
Now,
changed.
as far as you as an artist or producer, what 3 albums have shaped your sound as an artist?
I would say Anniversary by Bryson Tiller. I would say, I think that's an album. Thriller, I believe
that's an album.
Okay.
That's an album.
Michael Jackson. And then, what's the other one? The other one was by Sam Cooke, but I don't remember the album name. But like Sam Cooke. Let me look it up. Hold on. What's his album name?
No, we could just go with Sam Cooke, bro.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, Sam Cooke. I forgot his album name, but Sam Cooke.
Nah, that's all good. For you, man, what are 3 of your favorite movies?
3 of my favorite movies is Back to the Future, Marvel's Infinity War, and then I would say Star Wars, Rise of the Jedi. Yeah.
That's a good one, bro. What would you say is your most memorable moment on the come up?
Yes, I remember creating my first song, Ruin All My Dreams. And when I finished it, I was like, at first I was a little surprised. And then I was like, wow, this is amazing. And then my other one was when I was like performing it in like a hookah lounge. It's a crazy story, but I was performing in a hookah lounge. And at first they tried to shut me down, but then I kept going, right? And then all the females were like twerking and stuff on it. And then I was like, even the security guard was like bouncing up. Anyway, long story short, like she was on me and I was like just slapping that thing. I was like, okay, yeah.
You were having fun. You were having fun. That's love, man. That's
Yeah,
good,
that's the best moment I say, because it's like everyone was rocking to it. Everyone was like going crazy over it.
Nah, that's love, man. For real, for real. Yeah, always performing, man. Just seeing how people react to your music is like a beautiful thing, because you also get to see like the demographic that really rock with it too. So you know what your target listener is too. You know what I'm saying? Just like from the type of shows that you do and just interacting with real people. You know, you're able to see how they react to the music in real time. So that's dope. We got less than a minute left, bro. I was just going to ask you before we get out of here, what's one piece of advice that you would tell yourself if you can go back and prepare yourself for this journey?
Even in bad days, manifest good things. Because no matter what happens, no matter what you go through, even in bad days, manifest good things. Because if you think negatively, negative things will happen. But if you think positively, in a idealistic way, it's gonna happen in some way, shape, or form. So, yeah, that's what I would tell myself. Like, if I looked at my younger self in the eye, he's gonna be like all excited and stuff, but like at the same time kind of depressed. I'm gonna be like, man, even in bad days, manifest good things. And every action has a consequence, good or bad, and live with honor or die a coward. So choose to live. That's what I would tell him to end with that.
For sure. Hey man, well, I appreciate you making some time out your busy schedule. You know what
Thank
I mean?
you.
To sit and talk with us. You know what I mean? Much blessings. I can't wait to hear that Black Testament. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you send that over to me when it comes out. So I can share it with everybody as well.
Thank you.
No doubt, man. All right, my brother. Peace.
You too. Thank you so much. You have a great day.